For the first time since sixth grade, I am under 200 pounds. A few days ago, I reached 198.8. Yeah, the last time I had a 1 in front of my weight was sometime in sixth grade. I found this picture of me in sixth grade wearing this LeBron shirt. Witness childhood obesity. Yeah, it's really weird to think about who I was in sixth grade. I mean, it's weird for any of us to think about who we were in sixth grade. And I was thinking about how I changed, and I was trying to separate just normal maturing, growing up, in certain life experiences, and just losing weight. And this made me think of starting a series called Weight Loss Motivation that goes a little bit more into the overlooked motivating factors. Like, everyone knows that losing weight is going to make you look more slim, more healthy. You're going to fit into better clothes. Your choices for fashion go through the roof. So stepping a little bit away from more vanity style weight loss motivators, I wanted to go into the things that improve when you lose weight, that are kind of like internal mechanisms, like how you live as a human being, just like in general, like how you carry out your life. So the first thing I want to talk about is control. So when I was that age in sixth grade, I had little discipline. And once again, everyone in middle school had little to no discipline. But at that age, food controlled everything I did. So food came first. If I was experiencing any sort of negative emotion, I would go to food first. If I was frustrated with homework, or if I was frustrated with this goal that I wasn't going towards, whether it be like a school project or, what have you, every time I hit a roadblock, I would go eat food. So beginning to work through it, I was realizing that every time that I was working to attain some bigger long-term goal and trying to reach that fulfillment, every time I would hit a rough patch of boredom or something like that, I would reach for food, even though I wasn't hungry. And these would be foods that would be sweet. I never really overate in terms of like eating a lot of food, like at dinner time or something like that. Like, that was never me. I would always eat sweet foods. And when you eat foods like that, you get instant gratification, and it's immediate fulfillment in the moment. When you're in those periods of being uncomfortable, for me and for many others, eating that sweet food or eating that food, it gives you that spike of dopamine to make you feel like you're still alive and you're still doing the right thing. You're still getting, rewarded for living and things like that. So having food as a crutch makes you very unlikely to stay uncomfortable and for you to work out your problems in real time. Once you go beyond that, once you break your sugar addiction or whatever food you go towards, becoming uncomfortable in terms of problem solving, or in terms of just being on a task that requires you to focus, like a self-motivated task that requires you to focus all on your own, once you get rid of that crutch, your ability to focus on whatever it is that you're doing is night and day. And I wish I could provide an example, but it's one of those things where maybe you can think of a time where you've been into the most like concentrated flow state, and you can just get everything done. Like, the answers are coming to you. Like, you just know how to, like, you're in like this flow. And that's, that comes every once in a while when you have a huge dependence on any substance, in my opinion. But once you're gone with that crutch, you gain control, and that back door that you always have is no longer there. So I don't know if this is a law or if someone just said this or whatever, but a long time ago I heard, if you give yourself a back door, you're going to use it. So I think when I heard this, it was in the context of relationships, but in terms of any task, I think it's applicable. So let's just say you have this project at work, and 10% of you is really unmotivated, and 10% of you knows that you can quit your job and you can go do another one, or you can go work at home on like a craft project, or whatever. Just think of any scenario where you have a backdoor option. Even if that's 10% of you that believes in that backdoor option, or even if that's 1% of you that believes in that backdoor option, that is enough to sabotage the entire operation. So that 1% may be what's necessary to like sit down and focus. Because if you've been through something where you have no choice but to move forward in this one particular path, like let's just say you have no money and you're forced to work one job, your body is going to be able to handle that. But if you're forced to work a really shitty job, but your parents are really rich, the chances of you actually giving a shit about that job and working as hard as you can at the job are going to be very small, because you know that if you get fired, if you get yelled at, you can just turn around and leave. So if you provide yourself with no backdoors, no options to escape or to, bail out of this operation, the chances of you succeeding are so much higher. So when you start to gain control over food, you're starting to lose weight and you get rid of these crutches, you start approaching problems in that way. So you say, I can't go and eat food. And it becomes implicit at some points where it's like, you don't even think about food as being an option once you get uncomfortable. By allowing yourself to have no crutch, no backdoor, the chances of you succeeding in whatever you want to do are so much higher. So if food is one of your vices that you go to when you're uncomfortable or when you need, short-term fulfillment, the chance of you succeeding at the goal that you actually want to complete is going to be dwindled on top of you gaining more weight and further entertaining your substance addiction. So once that's gone, across the board, you will succeed at so many other things, whether that's giving effort in your relationships, listening with way more attention, speaking more forthrightly, or just in general completing any of your goals. Breaking a substance addiction is so much more than just not using that as a coping mechanism, because once that dependency is gone, your attention from that is now freed up. So now you have like undying focus in whatever you do. And I definitely believe that's true, because after I lost the weight, my efficiency, my productivity, even just like my listening skills and the way that I, care for the people around me has increased through the roof. So to summarize, breaking any substance addiction is more than just not making it a coping mechanism anymore. All that attention and those mental processes that went towards you entertaining that addiction, making it an outlet or an option for your life during any hardship or uncomfortable time, all that work, all that mental space, all that mental time and energy that went into entertaining your addiction can now be put forward into the things that you actually like doing and the things that you need to do. So whether that be taking care of your kids, listening to a friend, or getting a project done, your attention is going to be way more unbroken, and you can complete the things that you enjoy with more of your passion and more of your own authenticity in it. So let me know what you guys think about my thoughts on control and how breaking a substance abuse goes beyond getting a handle on just that coping mechanism alone. If you guys wouldn't mind liking and subscribing to my channel or sharing this video with a friend, I would really appreciate that. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next one.